Hi everyone and welcome to City Beat. I'm your host Nancy Byrne and we are coming to you from the KCLV TV studios. We want to start off by addressing something. We are sometimes asked, while you are telling people to stay home as much as possible, why are you out at work? Well, first of all, the City of Las Vegas has deemed the Communications Department to be one of the essential departments under the city umbrella because we get out information that is accurate and timely every single day. While we're in the station, it is disinfected on a regular basis, and we are given important equipment such as masks and gloves to use and when we feel that that is necessary. The station itself is also very isolated from the rest of City Hall, and when we're here, we stay at least 6 feet away from each other. Out in the field, if we are shooting a story for City Beat, for example, we have expanded the distance we stand from the person being interviewed, as you can see here from this story we did at Barn Buddies. And we use the boom mic so we can keep that distance as well also. And whenever possible, we shoot outdoors where it's a little bit safer than a closed environment. And we are constantly looking for more ways to bring you important information while social distancing. Just recently, we experimented successfully with bringing you our city updates on the coronavirus from home and having it delivered from there. So believe me when I say we are in this fight right next to you as we continue to try to be safe and continue to do a job that we consider to be vitally important. We've been talking a lot about heroes lately, those in the hospital, those who keep food growing and delivered to the grocery stores, and those in the grocery stores working to make sure our shelves at home can be stocked. Well, right now we want to introduce you to another hero. She is the owner and operator of Barn Buddies. Today, the northwest part of Las Vegas is the fastest growing part of our city, but 53 years ago, this was about the only property you would find out here. A farm where eggs were sold, and this woman nearly single-handedly ran things. But over the years, she, her hens, and cats have been joined by just about every farm animal you can name. As her small farm evolved into what we now call Barn Buddies Rescue at the Las Vegas farm, so has her name and title. And what do you like to call yourself? Owner, chief?
Chief
Queen of the farm?
Queen of the farm, chief pooper picker-upper, Farmer Sharon. That's basically what most people call me.
Well, if these guys could talk, they would call her their savior. She's been taking in and nursing back to health unwanted, neglected, and abused animals for over 50 years with the help of volunteers and veterinarians.
What we are is Barn Buddies Rescue at the Las Vegas farm, and we rescue farm animals. We take in pigs and goats and horses and donkeys and all kinds of different farm birds, poultry, and different things like that. And we bring them here for a safe haven where they can live out their lives after they've been either abused or abandoned or hurt or in trouble. And we take in those that really don't have anywhere else to go.
They end up here by many different means. Sometimes people just drop them off outside our gate. Sometimes a good Samaritan will come across a neglected or abandoned animal and call Sharon for help. Every animal here has a story and a warning. Just about every story is very hard to hear. Let's start with this now beautiful mare named Dixie.
Someone called me several years ago and said, there's a dead horse out in the desert. And I said, well, you know, I'm not the one that you need to call. You need to call animal control. And I said, if it's dead, there's really nothing I can do to help you. And they said, well, let me go see. So they went out and they kind of poked her. She was bleeding. She had maggots all over her. Her head was bashed in.
Dixie appeared dead, but was hanging on by her last few breaths. Instead of animal control stepping in to cart the body away, Sharon did, and miraculously brought her back to life.
Lo and behold, she was alive. So we went out and picked her up with the tractor and loaded her on a trailer and brought her home. It took us many years to be able to get close to Dixie. She was so terrified. But now she's a lovely, lovely mare. She's finally accepted us, and she's finally calmed down, and she's not so terrified anymore. This is one of many. We have so many here that have gone through similar situations. And we do everything we can to bring them back to where they're safe and they've got a place to live out their lives without harm and without anybody ever again hurting them.
Homer is another heartbreaking story. Apparently, someone thought he was cute as a little baby, but as he started growing, the owner's interest or ability to care for him diminished.
Homer was brought to us in the middle of the night and tied to our fence and abandoned at the gate. They tied this farm pig to our wooden fence, not knowing whether or not there was a coyote or anything else out there that could harm him.
Homer has serious leg trouble and has spent his life so far on his knees. Sharon and her veterinarians are working hard to remedy the problem because he will eventually weigh 1,000 pounds and will need strong front legs.
We're going to do everything we can to make sure that Homer can live a long life even when he gets to his maximum size.
And as you can see, they are making progress.
That's a good boy standing up on your feet. We are so happy. Yes, there you go, sweetheart. Isn't he a handsome pig?
Sharon says what continues to amaze her is that so many people disregard the fact that these are living beings with feelings and intelligence. Just look at Baba. Sharon never left her side when nursing her back to life. Now, as you can see, the goat never leaves hers. Have you ever heard of a lap goat?
This is Baba. This is a lap goat. She loves to be held.
She loves her mama.
She loves her mama.
This is Tommy Llama, once neglected, now living a happy life here at the farm. Many ducks, peacocks, and birds land here and choose to never leave. And why would they? They somehow just know they are safe. Sharon is tireless in the care of these animals, but will be quick to say she could not do this without volunteers, good neighbors, and donors.
Everybody that helps me has another job. Everybody that comes here and spends time with me has another paycheck coming in somewhere else. That's why they can volunteer for us. So when they come in here, they're doing it out of their heart and their goodwill, and they're wanting to help the animals.
One who lends her time and her name to the farm is Lark Williams. You may know her from her radio show on 97.1 The Point.
I made a pledge to her that I would never leave her and that I would use to my last breath my voice to be a voice for those who cannot speak, as she has done relentlessly, tirelessly for over 53 years.
Like all the volunteers, Lark knows each animal by name. She knows each animal's story. She believes we could all learn something from the compassion she feels here.
The energy of this entire community here reflects that. When people come to this sanctuary, you can feel a sense of something stirring within you that calls you to action, to do more, to be more compassionate, not only with animals, but to all humankind.
Aside from devoted volunteers and supporters like Lark, another way Sharon funds her mission is with her farmers market, open every Saturday and Sunday. You may have to step around some peacocks and cats, but you will find everything here from honey to eggs. She says sometimes she doesn't know how she's going to get through each day, but she does, because she says she has to.
There's nobody else in town that does what we do. These animals don't have anywhere else to go and be safe and live out their lives.
Now, Sharon has a very important message, especially to parents and especially at this time of the year. Do not buy baby or exotic animals for your children. Those cute little Easter bunnies and chicks grow up, the kids lose interest, or just are not able to care for them the way they should be cared for. Sharon says if your kids want to see farm animals or some exotic animals, have them volunteer out at Barn Buddies. By the way, it is located at 7222 West Grand Teton Way. On the next City Beat, we are going to show you the chapel that was dismantled at Bonnie Springs and resurrected out at the farm. And we'll tell you how you can have a special event out there. Coming up next, your gym or Pilates or yoga studio may be closed, but the city of Las Vegas has a place for you to visit and get some exercise. Congratulations to the City of Las Vegas Employee of the Month, Jessica Gore. Jessica is a custodian and has been with the city since 2014. One of Jessica's assignments is to take care of KCLV TV Channel 2, our TV station here at City Hall. Her attention to detail ensures that our sensitive video and electronic equipment areas are dust and dirt free, preserving our expensive equipment and our beautiful facilities. Jessica creates a clean, positive atmosphere for our staff and a wonderful first impression to the many guests that come through the TV station. Although she works the overnight shift and is rarely seen by the staff, her personal touches and hard work do not go unnoticed. Congratulations to Jessica Gore, the City of Las Vegas Employee of the Month.
As our community rises to the challenges of coronavirus, we are asking for retired medical professionals and anyone with healthcare expertise to join us in the fight. Whether you can help field calls over the phone or assist hands-on, we need your skills. Doctors, nurses, medics, crisis counselors, pharmacists, and health aides can all become part of the Medical Reserve Corps of Southern Nevada. Go online to the State of Nevada's Emergency Registry of Volunteers, SERB-NV. Sign up today so we can put your talents to good use. We are in it together, Southern Nevada. Thank you for helping us stay strong.
We need a claim number?
When I started taking care of Mom, I didn't realize the challenge of playing so many roles. But above all, I'm still her daughter.
Visit aarp.org/caregiving. We're here to help.
Welcome back to City Beat from the KCLV TV studios. You know, for many of us, exercise is not only a way of staying healthy, but for reducing stress and keeping our minds sharp. Right now, because of the coronavirus, we can't really take off to the gym or exercise studios, which kind of makes you wonder why they are not considered essential. Anyway, if you're used to exercising, you may want to try to discover the fun at one of the many city parks. While most people think neon when they think of Las Vegas, this is actually a big part of our lives. Open spaces and trails that go on for acres and miles. And the message our Parks and Recreation Department wants to get out right now, especially now as we deal with the coronavirus, is...
Our parks and trails and open space are open for business in the city of Las Vegas.
Our parks are a perfect place to get out, walk, jog, or walk your dog. There are more than 70 parks across our city. About 80 if you count our dog parks. And although the playgrounds are off limits for now, there's nothing to stop you from visiting a park. Just follow the rules you would follow anywhere else.
But we encourage people to keep your social distance. Don't gather in large groups, but come out and enjoy the parks because we really need to in this day and age.
There is also a well-thought-out trail system that runs through the city and county, providing even more space for jogging, walking, or bike riding.
We have more than 100 miles of trails in the city, more than 400 miles in the valley. So get out, ride your bikes. It's going to be a beautiful weekend. Go for a walk. You know, try to keep that distance, make way for people when they're passing. But other than that, you can get out and just really enjoy the parks in this time. And what a great time for families to get out and go for a hike.
We're all feeling the stress and the cabin fever of this social distancing directive, but we are all in this together so that we can come out strong and healthy when this challenge finally passes. Even the Centers for Disease Control agrees a healthy body and healthy mind requires moving and breathing in the great outdoors.
One of the things that I think is really important is our mental health, and parks help with helping us to be healthy in our mental and our spirit and our mind. So getting out there, enjoying the parks will help to clear your mind and all the worries that we have right now. There's a lot of fear, and so just 20 minutes in the park, you will feel so much better going home.
So put down the phone, forget social media for a moment. If you're feeling down or closed in, grab the kids or the dog or just yourself and give yourself a dose of nature. It may be just what the doctor ordered. While we are on the topic of parks, our playgrounds in our city parks may be closed right now, but when they reopen, there's a feature at the Gonzalez Memorial Park you may want to check out. It aims to give kids of all ages and abilities a way to discover the fun. Up here in the great northwest part of Las Vegas, parks are somewhat quiet right now due to the coronavirus, but that didn't stop a small but mighty group from celebrating the installation of a new feature here at the Gonzalez Memorial Park.
It is so important to me that children of all abilities have a safe place to play where they feel like there is something there for them to enjoy. And it is a continued goal of mine to have a special needs equipment installed in every one of our city parks.
This is the Feature Now part of the park that will give children of all ages and abilities that free feeling of soaring through the air on a swing. Representatives from our Parks and Rec Department and the Kiwanis Club of Centennial Hills were here to help Mayor Pro Tem Fiore cut the ribbon on this swing. It may seem simple, but just hear what Aaron Fotheringham has to say about it. Spina bifida may have been his challenge in life, but he showed it who's boss. You will likely know him as Aaron Wheels, National AmJam BMX finalist and one of ESPY's Best Male Athletes with a Disability nominees. He was here to unveil the swing.
You know, it truly makes the park accessible for anyone. And I think what they're doing is just really cool, especially when the world's got a lot of crazy stuff going on right now. This is a really positive thing, so thank you.
He used a creative way to cut through the ribbon on this swing.
3.
The swing is just another step in Mayor Pro Tem's efforts to make all city parks accessible to all children. Shortly after taking office, she arranged for a sensory wall to be installed at Gilcrease Brothers Park. It's designed to encourage interaction with children with autism. Along with Parks and Recreation, she intends to continue providing inclusive equipment in all of our parks.
So that's what we did today, Nancy, and I'm so proud of our city for making this a reality.
Polly Gonzalez Memorial Park is located at Corbett and Bradley, right near K. Carl Elementary School. On April 7th, Southern Nevada leaders asked residents to go blue to honor our first responders. Our social media team came across a great video that was produced by Emmy Award-winning producer and director Michael Tusshaus. They shared it on Twitter, and we'd like to share it with you. Nice job, Michael Tusshaus, and of course everyone who participated by going blue on April 7th. You know, we might not wear blue every day, but we certainly appreciate our first responders every single day. Time for another break, and when we come back, we'll take you to the latest exhibit at the historic 5th Street School. No matter what kind of art you like, you will find it at this exhibit.
Wash hands now. Wash hands now. Wash hands now. Wash hands now. Hand washing is one of the best ways to stay healthy all year long.
I adopted Bento in 2010 from a shelter. This cat makes me make art. He's my best friend, but a lot of people know him as Keyboard Cat.
They say you don't have to be so strong. But this is my mother, my purpose. Strength is not optional. See, I lift her now like she raised me then. So I know my strength is super, but I'm still human.
Oh, look who's here.
Don't worry, 74 people were picked before me in the NFL draft. To fight childhood obesity, United Way and the NFL are helping kids play at least 60 minutes a day.
Okay, time for the team obstacle course. Yay!
What this place needs is more healthy kids. To get involved or donate, go to unitedway.org/play60.
Now I get it.
Drop that baby.
Welcome back to City Beat from the KCLV TV studios. Right now we want to take you inside the art gallery at the historic 5th Street School for their latest exhibit. It's called Aesthetics Primary 2. No matter what kind of art you enjoy or appreciate, you'll find it at this exhibition. It's called Aesthetics Primary 2 exhibition, and it has it all. Linda Altwitz, one of the artists featured here, says every artist here has a different interpretation of aesthetics.
It's about aesthetics, beauty, and art. And for me, that's never the primary reason that I create work. Mine is more about communication. But I think you have to engage, draw the viewer in some way, and beauty, aesthetics, is one way to do that.
She uses diagnostic imaging to marry the feelings people typically get when they're facing a health issue.
My work is derived from diagnostic imagery, and I blend it with imagery from the photographs from the natural environment. And what I try to do with my work is get a sense of fear and reassurance and have those come together.
Robin Slanina loves to make her artwork interactive, encouraging people to experience the art. For her piece in this show, she was the one interacting with the piece.
My piece is Lily Pad Dress, and this was created in the Netherlands. And I chose this because this is a show about beauty and perception, and I thought it was kind of an interesting juxtaposition that I created this piece and it looks kind of fairy tale and beautiful, but in reality I was standing knee-deep in mud that kept sucking my legs down, and I was wearing an uncomfortable wire mesh dress with a truck inner tube tire keeping it floating up, and I was having a great experience because it's always great as an artist when something you dream of kind of comes to life. But at the same time, I was also really worried about leeches attacking me under the water.
Sort of like seeing a duck gracefully glide across a lake, not knowing its feet are paddling fiercely beneath the surface.
That sometimes there's struggle under beauty, and that's sort of what the lotus flower itself represents. It's a symbol of purity for a lot of cultures because it grows in deep, murky water, but then it emerges into the light as a beautiful flower.
The art of Yvette Laforce's pieces here were born out of the sound and feel of ripping canvas. She loved the feeling and the sound.
Then came into play how to get the canvas to stick and to form the way I wanted. My first thought was to do the figure of a woman. I love the female figure. And out of that was born an angel, and many angels that I've done actually. But this angel also encompasses film. So I call it the angel with the film of your life, which I believe that we all, throughout our lives, have this movie, and we have our guardian angel, and when our life is done on this earth, we will watch that film and be glad that we lived a good life.
All of the artists expressed a gratitude to the City of Las Vegas and Jeannie Voltura of our Office of Cultural Affairs for embracing and showcasing the very deep pool of talented artists in our city.
In a town where you wouldn't think that people would want to see art, they come to see different forms of art. And I'm very grateful for the opportunity, and the talent just blows me away. Every exhibition I attend, I'm inspired, I admire, and I'm just so proud to be a part of this community.
I'm thrilled to be a part of this show because there's so many other talented artists exhibiting here. One of my favorites is this dripping Ferris wheel over by the door, and really all of the work is just so impressive, so I'm honored to be a part of it.
As always, if you want to see the art inside the historic 5th Street School, you need to call and make an appointment, but even that has been put on hold now due to the coronavirus pandemic. So we're glad we were able to expose you to this art through television. You know, many people are suffering in many ways here in our city due to the pandemic and across the country. But the business owners on Main Street in East Fremont have decided if they have to board up temporarily, they're going to make those boards look good. So they've hired artists to send out the message, this is just temporary. As we say goodbye, we show you some of those murals.